Hello, and welcome back to Spoiler Corner with Harrison, where I will be talking about all the things that I can't talk about in the regular episode of Booze and Buffy because we are a spoiler free podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 2, Witch. I don't really have a lot to say about this episode. There's not a huge amount of foreshadowing or anything. We're still in early days. But there are a couple fun coincidences and a couple inconsistencies. So we'll just dive right in. With the first big thing is the inconsistency with witchcraft. It's not a huge deal. It's not a story breaker. I would argue that it's not even technically a real inconsistency. But the way we see witchcraft work in this episode is a little different than how we see it play out in future episodes. The biggest thing being the weird potion to turn Amy's skin blue, and that means she's a witch. It's just a lot of stuff we never see again, and does not play super well with what we see when Willow, for instance, starts getting into witchcraft. On that note, in this episode that's really significant is that it's Willow's first spell that she casts, and of course that's going to be a hugely significant thing for her entire character arc for the entire series. It's also Giles's definitely not first spell that he ever cast, despite his assertion that it is. I'd imagine that was probably written earnestly, that it was Giles's first spell, but retroactively, once they decided that he had his dark past, his Ripper days, that was just a big fucking lie. This is also the first of two body switch episodes. The next one, of course, is the fantastic Season 4 episode, Who Are You?, in which Buffy and Faith switch bodies. And then there are two just really fun references to two future, one future character and one future episode. The first is when Xander talks about driving a railroad spike through his head. Who does that remind you of? And then, of course, at the end of the episode, Joyce talks about how she would never want to be 16 again, which will come to pass in Season 3's Band Candy, which I cannot wait to talk about because it's a fantastic episode. So that's really all I've got for you this week. Not a lot, but I am looking forward to seeing you next time, where we will talk about Teacher's Pet, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Teacher's Pet. See you next time. Bye.